Hello and welcome to this video tutorial from Computergaga.com, where we are going to look at how to animate a chart in Excel. So I've got these list of cells on screen at the moment, and if I chose a quarter from this combo box, the chart will draw itself in front of our very eyes. This is our animated chart that we're going to look at how to create. Okay, so first off, let's have a look at this combo box itself. So all this table over here is just a standard table of data. This chart is already drawn. We're not going to focus too much on that. But this combo box may be something you've not done before. And to create this combo box, I use the Developer tab. Now, if you don't see the Developer tab and you're an Excel 2010 like me at the moment, the easiest way is just to right-click on the ribbon and to go to Customize the ribbon and then to tick the Developer box. If you're in version 2007 or even previous to that, 2003, the steps are going to be a little bit different, and it may not be the Developer tab that you need to create that combo box. But it is possible, so that might be something you want to kind of look into first of all. But once we've got that combo box on here, I've used the Properties button. Let's go into my design mode for a moment. I'll select the combo box, and I've used the Properties button for just a couple of properties in this example. I've specified a linked cell as I2. So I2 is behind the combo box, so you can't see it, but it says quarter 3. It displays the value of what was selected. So that's in I2. And the list fill range, which is using my calculation sheet at the bottom, and range E1 to E4. So let's have a look at that. Here's E1 to E4 on the calculation sheet. It's just got the 4 different options that I want to appear in the combo box. So that is how that is happening. 2 properties that I've looked at changing for the combo box there: the link cell and the list fill range. Okay, let me close down that properties window. And we'll come out of that design mode so it's back in working again. Now on this calculation sheet, I have this little range of cells, and that is the range that the chart is using. So I've put that on a different sheet. You know, it's completely up to you where you put this stuff. I've decided to put it on a different sheet, hidden from the user. That sheet can be hidden and then maybe protected, making this what the user sees. So we can see the standard table. When a user selects something, the necessary quarter that was selected is created on this sheet, which is what creates the animation, and the chart just uses that data. So, how are them values appearing on this sheet then? I hear you ask. That is where our VBA comes in. VBA has been used to create this animated effect and to put them values on the other sheet. Now I'm on my Developer tab, so I'm going to click on Visual Basic to pop into the Visual Basic window, and this is the code that has been used for this. Now I'm going to have a link in the description for this video where you can go to a web page on the Computergaga site, and this code will be there. So feel free to have a go and write it out and get familiar with it, but you can just take it off the web page on our site. I say there'll be a link in the description below this video for that. But let's have a quick explanation of what's going on. So this is running on the change of that combo box. So it's an event. I can see along the top CBO quarter and change. It's running on the change of that combo box event. And we have 4 variables, 2 single variables, 2 integers. We talk about data types. And then we've got the code that actually does the animation. The very first thing that's happening, this line of code here, just clears the contents of the range of values on that calculation sheet. So it just clears them out. So if we've already got a chart selected, like we do. Here we've already got a chart. When we first choose one, the chart is cleared, and then it goes to create itself. And that is what that is doing. Let's pop back to our code. Then we've got an assignment to the variable quarter1. Range I2, that's the link cell from the combo box. So you make a selection in the combo box. It writes, for example, quarter4 into cell I2. And then the write function has been used to extract the last character from that. So in the case of quarter4, it just extracts the 4, assigns it to a variable called quarter1, which is an integer variable. So it's stored as an integer. And then we begin a for loop. So for salesperson 1 to 7, we have 7 salespeople. Different ways we can program that, but I've decided to get a bit fixed there and say 1 to 7. We assign the value of the current salespersons for that quarter that was selected to a variable called sales value. So quite meaningful, quite specific. So look at range C3 to F9, and then the sales object has been used to ask it to choose from that range the current salesperson, so the row number, which initially is 1, the next time around will be the second one, next time around will be the third one, and then the quarter number, which is the quarter they chose. So that's being used to go into this table and starting with the first person, but then moving down through the others, and then the relevant quarter. So it's grabbing a relevant piece of information. And that's the range it's looking at. So correct row, correct column. Oops, wrong bit I wanted to go to there. Okay, then we've got this other loop, and this is the animated effect. So I'm saying for I equals 1 to this current sales value, so increment up to that value and step every 3. Now you can change this step. You can increase it to maybe 5, for example, if you want to speed the animation up, if it's a bit too slow for you, or you could even decrease it if you want to slow it down more. But this is the animation. This is our loop that's incrementing the sales value step by step, creating an animated effect. We've then got I being assigned to the range B2 to B8. So every time that increments by 3, the value is put into here, this range here. And that is what the chart is using. That's why we can visualize it in the chart. It puts 3, then 6, then 9, then 12, then 15, and we see the chart grow bit by bit. How'd you like my maths there? That wasn't too bad, was it, eh? The 3 times table. Anyhow, so that's given the value of I. And then do events creates this, like this pause in our macro. That's very important. You have to have that do events in there. So it's creating that kind of pause, that kind of mini halt to our loop. Without that, the chart will just draw itself and you won't get the animated effect. Okay, so a quick little description of the different parts of our code there. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. I'm aware that some of you might already be familiar with for loops and with variables and the write function. Some of you may not be. I'm also going to put a link in the description at the bottom to our Excel VBA course. So if you're finding this a bit tricky, please check it out. You will learn all the skills necessary to do this and a whole lot more in that course, which is supported by me and us at Computergaga.com all the way along. Just a reminder, this code is available in the description as well. You can use a link to the web page and take this code, so you haven't got to completely write it out. You can take it and tweak it. That'll save you a little bit of time. Okay, I hope you like watching this tutorial. I hope it makes sense. Get out there, create your own animated charts, and I'll see you for our next tip next week.